Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Logan Shippey. I am one of the top leaders in the business. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an investor. I've made 7 figures in business, over $1 million online. And I'm here today to help you understand prospecting specifically with your cold market, people that you do not know. And there are 2 methods, 2 strategies, or 2 things you should be focused on when it comes to meeting people. Number 1, it could be through the internet, online, through social media, or different methods online, or in person. You could be at the gym, you could be at Starbucks, you could be anywhere. There are 2 things that we're really going to focus on. 2, okay? Number 1 is connecting with an individual, and the second thing is learning how to pitch the business. If you can focus on those 2 things, and you master those 2 things, it will change everything for you in the business. So let's go into the first, which is connecting with an individual. People don't want to be sold. That's what you have to realize. People do not want to be sold. No one wants to feel like they are being sold. I know that you don't, I don't. We want to feel like we're being connected with and we're being presented a good opportunity that's specifically tailored for us. So that's why it's really, really important for you guys to focus in on connecting with someone on a personal level before you talk about the business. And how do we do that? The best way that I found to connect with a person is by asking them questions. Let's say that I ran into someone at Starbucks. I would say, hey, how's your day? I would ask, you live around here? What are you getting? What kind of drink did you just get? Cool. What are your plans for the day? What do you do for work? What do you do for business? These are things that you can ask that will guide your understanding of this person. This is not a one-size-fits-all business. You have to understand that. We are truly trying to discover things about people and then present them the opportunity that makes sense to them. Someone might have a family and kids that are going to college, and they have money and they're looking to invest that wisely to pay for their kids' tuition, and some other person might have just got back from a world trip and be a vlogger and a YouTuber and someone who really focuses on social media. Everyone's different is what I'm getting at. And by asking people questions, you can then determine how the business would best be suited for them. This is not a one-size-fits-all business. So that's why I ask people questions. And the same thing goes with the internet. Let's say that we went into a Facebook group, or a page. Let's say you went to Tai Lopez. Tai Lopez has spent millions of dollars building his brand and attracting an audience that's interested in social media marketing and cryptocurrencies and different means of making money online. Let's say that we went to his page and we started connecting with individuals who like his posts. And what I would do is I would reach out and I would say, hey, saw you like Tai Lopez's posts. Are you an entrepreneur like me? With a question mark. That is reaching out and breaking the ice. I'm not messaging the person and I'm saying, hey, I'm an entrepreneur and I have this opportunity that you should definitely check out. It's called blank and it does blank and it does this and it does that. No, because then you feel like you're being sold. And again, no one wants to feel like they're being sold. So connecting with an individual is always the first step. And once you connect with someone, once you discover some things about them by asking them loaded questions like, how are you? What do you do for work? How long have you been doing that? Do you do anything else? These are loaded questions that are going to give you information that you can then take in and start forming in your mind how the business would work best for that individual. And once you have a well-rounded understanding, once the picture has been painted of who this person is, what they do, and how the business would work best for them, then it's time to pitch the business. And why you would ask questions is because, in the beginning, obviously you're asking a person questions. Why you ask them questions is because that's a perfect segue into the pitch, meaning that if you ask someone, hey, what do you do for work? Chances are that person is going to ask you, Well, what do you do for work after they answer that question? So if I ask you, what do you do for work? You might tell me, oh, I work at a restaurant, or I work at a library, or I work at the gym, or I run my own business. And after you answer, you most likely will ask me the same question. Well, what do you do for work, Logan? And at that point, it's time for me to pitch the business. So I connected with you effectively. I asked you how your day was. I asked you if you lived in the local area, or let's say that we were at the gym. Okay, if we were at the gym and I just met you, I would ask those types of questions. How's your day? You live in the local area. What do you do for work? How long have you been doing it? Eventually, you probably ask me the same type of questions back. And if I was on the internet, they would be similar questions, maybe a little bit different. I wouldn't say, do you live in the local area? Because that doesn't really make sense. But you get my point. The second phase is obviously pitching the business. And again, why we would ask questions is it's a perfect segue into pitching the business. If I ask you, what do you do for work? And then you ask me it back, now it's time for me to pitch the business, okay? And I gotta make sure that I have this pitched down. And how I pitch the business, I say, look, I work with a platform that supplies people education and technology to truly change their financial destiny. And then I follow it up with a question. Do you know anything about investing? So one more time, this is the pitch, and it's followed by a question as well. So the question is also in the pitch. You say, look, I work with a platform. It supplies people education and technology to truly change people's financial destinies. Do you know anything about investing? Again, the reason why we ask questions is to discover facts or knowledge about individuals. So I've asked questions, and now I've pitched the business, and there actually is kind of a question within the pitch, which is, genius, because then you have pitched the business, kind of what you do, but it leads into more conversation. And this is the art of conversation, guys. If you want to get good at the business or you want to make a lot of money, get good at conversating. So again, one more time, the pitch. I work with a platform that supplies people education and technology to truly change their financial destiny. Do you know anything about investing? And that's how simple it is, right? So the person, they'll go from one angle or the other, meaning that it's kind of a binary question, meaning that it's yes, I know about investing, or no, I don't. And at that point, your job is to discover a little bit more about the individual. If they say, yes, I do know about investing, then you ask, well, what do you know? And then they start telling you what you know, or what they know. And from there, you might ask a couple more questions like, well, do you know anything about Forex? Or do you know anything about crypto? And the person says yes, or the person says no. Eventually, you want to get to the point, where you say, hey, obviously you do a little bit of investing, or you know about investing. We should definitely connect more. Let's exchange information. That's one way to do it. Now, let's say that the person didn't know about investing. Let's say that you asked them, or you told them, hey, I work with a platform that supplies people education and technology to change their financial destiny. Do you know anything about investing? And let's say they say no. At that point, you could pose a question, well, do you want to learn? Have you ever been interested in investing yourself? Have you heard of this thing called Bitcoin, or have you heard of this thing called Forex? So you've never been taught how to multiply your money. Would you be interested in learning? Now, these are all questions that you can ask to follow up, and the person will give you their interest level. Again, this is why we ask questions. It's to understand a person. This is us connecting, pitching the business, and then figuring out if it's truly right for them. Because not everyone's going to be right for the business. You have to understand that. You just have to accept it. But there will be a lot of people that are truly wanting to get involved. They will want this if you bring it up the right way. So, again, there's the internet and there's not the internet, offline. Online and offline, both ways to connect with people, and people are the same everywhere. No one wants to feel like they're being sold. People want to be connected with on a personal level. And here's the truth. People will buy into you before they buy into any business. They will buy into you before they buy into any business. So the better you are at connecting with someone like a professional, you connect with them first, figure them out, pitch them the business, and then get them to the information, right? Then show them some videos. Then get them on a call with your upline. Do those types of things. That's when you start getting results. If you just go at them with a link you spam them with the link, or you try to get them signed up for your business within the first sentence that you speak to them, it won't work. The way to, you have to understand this. Every single person that you have, every friend that you have right now was once technically a stranger. And the way that they became a friend was through you connecting and through trust being built. That's how they became friends. So your cold market will become a warm market if you connect with them the proper way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that training for the day. Really focus in on those two things: connecting with the person on a personal level first, and then pitching the business, and make sure that you have the pitch practiced, okay? This is a platform that supplies people education and technology to truly change their financial destiny. Do you know anything about investing? Remember that, okay? Remember that, because it will truly change the way or the results that you get in the business if you pitch the business the right way. Instead of saying, hey, sign up for this thing, or, if you sign up for this, you'll make money, or this, that, the other. Okay, pitch the business like a professional, and you will get professional results. With that being said, guys, enjoy the day. Hopefully you took some notes, and I'll see you guys at an event that we're having across the world real soon.